Okay. Let's go. Let's find a word. Okay. Random word generator. It's already popping up here, and we are going to see a random word. And we want, as always, a noun. I think I have to every time click it. Random word. Highway. Interesting. Okay. Highway. Let's talk about highways. Okay. So, highways. What is a highway? A highway is a faster street where you can go a bit faster, and it's basically, there's no walking on highways, there's no biking on highways. I think it's just for fast cars basically. Usually the highest speed, that is the normal high speed limit. In some countries it's 100 kilometers per hour, and I think in America it might be 80 miles per hour or something. Yeah, and highways are good. No, I didn't use the microphone. Okay, I need the microphone. I hope the sound was good enough, because I'm just going to carry on now, because I don't want to start with a new word. So, yeah, highways. I like driving on highways, and there's not too much to say about highways, I think. A highway. Let's see. The one thing I can always come back to is, I would just, if I go on highway, I would just like to lean back and let the car do the thing, right? Or the vehicle that I'm in. So if I'm, so I always come back to autonomous vehicles, right? At the moment, no one, or at least here in this country, no one is leaning back and relaxing. It's actually quite draining to drive on a highway. So, I don't really like it that much. Highways are good in a way because it's you get around fast if you go on holiday. But then on a holiday, for example, it's also quite tedious because I get neck problems. From focusing on always keeping the same position, and it's not relaxing at all. So it would be great if we had autonomous vehicles to be able to drive on highways. Very relaxing. Maybe watch a movie. That would be awesome. And I think we're gonna get there soon. It'll also be a lot safer, right? Many lives are lost on highways because people get fatigued, and they get tired, and they get distracted because it's boring as. So they either they start doing random things, they have conversations, or they I think on highways it's mostly fatigue, getting tired, getting too bored, and just drifting off basically. I have actually had when I was quite young, in my early 20s I think, I was driving on I think it was a highway, Bundesstraße in German. I was driving on a highway, and I had dropped my parents off to the airport, and I had my girlfriend in the car as well. And it was early in the morning. I think we had to leave at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to drop my parents off at the airport. And then on the way back, we were driving, and we were both tired, and we were just not even talking because it was just so we were just tired. And I had this moment of drift away, and I had a second of I don't know how long, but I had this moment of basically my eyes falling and falling asleep a little bit, and I ended up luckily waking up from the sound of the side of the road. There was grass, not in Germany there are lots of trees on the side of the road, and luckily there was only grass, so I was just basically just like on the grass. That's what I woke up from, and I was like, oh my goodness, I just had this second sleep. What is it called in German? It's called Sekundenschlaf, second sleep. But it's like, yeah, just this moment of falling asleep and basically drifting away, and that is so dangerous. And since that, always when I start feeling tired, I actually as soon as I feel that, I stop, and either I go for a quick walk to get some oxygen, get some fresh air, and do something else, because it's often boredom as well, right? Or I actually have a nap, and I did that even heading to work. That was sometimes I was silly. I had a very far way to work, and I usually during the week I slept. I had an apartment near my work, and but I went home in the weekend, and it was always silly because I was dragging it so long that on Sunday night I was just like, oh no, I'm too tired. I don't want to go anymore now, because I had to drive like 3 hours, I think, to go back to where I was working. And so I was always like pushing it to the far end. Normally I should have left on Sunday afternoon, but then I couldn't be bothered, and then I just had dinner at home as well. And then at some point after dinner, of course, I'm a little bit tired again, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go. I just go a bit later, and then it was just too late at some point. And then I said, okay, I'll go in the morning. So I had to start at like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Or 4 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I got so tired. And I actually did that, stopped on the side, on a rest stop on the Autobahn, and just locked my doors and actually had a nap for 45 minutes or half an hour or something, and got a little bit too late to work. But safety comes first in that moment, I think. So yeah, that was that. I think that's my experiences with highways. I would like autonomous cars, or autonomous vehicles, it can be a bus or something, some sort of autonomous vehicle on highways, so that people can go to sleep or watch a movie or be more relaxed. And the world will be a lot safer that way. But yeah, in general, highways are good because we're getting places a bit quicker. And, otherwise, if you can't do it and there's not autonomous cars yet, just take the train if you can. All right. That was it. All about highways. I think that's just, I guess, what I was gonna bring to the conversation, that mostly I'm worried about safety in that regard. So let's get this over with. Let's push for autonomous vehicles. Everyone get a Tesla so they can get more training data, and then everyone finally get there. All right.